Excuse me. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Doing some exploring on the new island. Well, I'm doing pretty good. It's a beautiful day outside to be riding indoors. It is beautiful. I've watched a bunch of streams, but I was waiting till I had some time to ride a few routes at once. It seems more like a going for a nice ride, enjoy the view, rather than everyone trying to go so fast and get KOMs. Yeah, it's my garage. I try to have the camera angled to where the bikes are, because all the garbage is over and storage stuff is over here. And my garbage bins. Yeah, do have a few bikes. You never really get rid of bikes, you just keep getting more. And what's the rule? N+1? So you always need at least one more bike than you have. I think there's eight new routes in total for the new area. Probably gonna try to do 3, maybe 4 of them today. That's a good question. What one am I doing? I just picked the I don't even know if there's a way to look. I picked the one that was like on the top of the, oh, chain chomper. It was the first one, it's alphabetical. It was easier for me to remember if I just start at the top of the list. Chain chomper. Yeah. Try to Google chain chomper and all it comes up with is Mario Brothers stuff. So chain chomper is 13.6 kilometers with a 2.4 kilometer lead in. So this is one of the longer routes. Goes through this little village here. To the title. Oh, this is a little KOM climb up to the castle. You start with the shortest and work your way up. That's what I did pretty much with every other Zwift route badge. Yeah, so far I really like this. Like I say, it just feels like I'm more going for a cruise routes. They did a really good job with a lot more to see in the background. They spend a little more effort on the detail farther out. We have a couple cherry blossom trees in our backyard, and I wish they had flowers for longer. Seems so short. But not a bad little climb. Nothing serious on this island for climbing, but kind of keeps going up after the KOM. Still climbing. Are you enjoying your long weekend so far, or do you have a long weekend this week? Making a right, head into the marketplace. So you get an extra long weekend. I feel like with work we don't get enough long weekends. They're too far spaced apart. Any kind of job in particular you're looking for, or just any job? I always find by the last day of the long weekend, I'm getting used to sleeping in. Well, not really sleeping in, but sleeping longer than I normally would, which makes it worse for going back to work. Oh, another KOM, the Temple KOM. So this route so far hits the Castle KOM and now the Temple KOM. Yeah. Well, I think that's the biggest problem with jobs is they all eventually become work. Probably totally lack sleep. So they keep talking about the universal basic income, where everybody gets paid sort of like a living allowance. And they're saying that if they do that, people would be more inclined to do jobs that they wanted to do, not because they had to do. You get rich sleeping. The more you sleep, the more you get paid. I always think every time I ride on Zwift on the trainer, there's a show called The Black Mirror, and every episode's like a different topic. Oh, hey Shrike, how's it going? Just doing some badge hunting, exploring the new land. In that show, Black Mirror, there was an episode where in the future people went into work, but it was like riding stationary bikes to generate power and get, I don't know if it was money, but it was like points that they could spend to live. This made me laugh because, you know, there's currently 9,065 people in the world riding on bike trainers in Zwift. Well, this temple KOM is definitely longer and steeper than the castle one so far. And it's dirt, so that slows you down a little bit more. Yeah. That should be the new thing on Zwift, is your trainer generates power. Yeah, the dirt routes are definitely needed, because now it makes you like think. Because in Watopia, you can just avoid the jungle completely. Here, you're stuck. Like pretty much every route has some sort of gravel portion of it. So you kind of got to pick and choose a bit better on what bike you're going to want to ride. I'd be interested to see, with these little narrow roads, what it gets like when it's really busy. Total green energy. I could be powering my fridge right now. 200 watts. We should be riding this like this. This is how you see the new land. There's a very large tree in the background there. Like floating lanterns. A little bit of almost like fantasy. Oh, 100 miles. Yeah, that's one of those rides you only do once. Like, you're like, I'm gonna do this for the badge and the achievement, and that's it. Well, I guess it depends on where you do it though. If you pick the desert, you can bang off 100 miles in a reasonable amount of time. 100 miles, probably take you like 4.5 hours, 4 hours on the desert. If you find a group. See, I don't know how they messed it up with the pace partners, because there used to be the perfect pace partner in the desert, that if you stuck with that pace partner, you'd pretty much do, Tempest Fugit, whatever. If you stuck with the cadence pace partner, you could do like 40K an hour. If you were stuck in the middle of the group, it didn't take much effort to stick with her. Yeah, I don't know what they changed. Like, they made the pace partners cycle into different areas, so it makes it more difficult. I don't know if there's a schedule. I know since they came up with the pace partners, it was like Coco Cadence was like the only pace partner in the desert, and they just went back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I did a 200-kilometer ride once. I usually do one long ride a year, sort of between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, they do a little bit. Not so much on the desert though, because there's really no sort of uphills or downhills. But what I would do is, if I had to take a break, I would stop about 1 kilometer or 2 from the turnaround, go do what I needed to do, and then the whole group would turn around, and then I would turn around and like wait for them. But if you're with the pace partner group, like I say, you can do almost 40K an hour at probably the same effort I'm doing right now. So it took about 5 hours. Boring though, super boring. Like, riding for 5 hours here, it's nice scenery to look at. The desert, you're just totally concentrating on trying not to fall off the pace group. Or the volcano laps. There's a badge for that achievement. So you do 1 lap, I think there's an achievement. If you do 25 volcano laps, it's about 100 kilometers, just over like 101. And the volcano laps are relatively flat. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that. I'm like, I just picked some random, like, station on Pretzel Rock. I think it's like Chill Base or something that it's called. Yeah. There's Mount Fuji in the background. I wonder if they'll make a route going up there. I went and got my first vaccination yesterday morning. Arm is feeling a little sore today. Oh, look at this little village coming up here. I wish there was a way on the Apple TV that I could scroll around and look. I wanted to stop back there. So far, I don't think so. My arm is sore. My nose is maybe a bit runny. I don't know, it's so far so good. I feel more tired, but maybe because I stayed up late last night. I think it's all in my head. There's nothing that's, you know, like really made me fall on my ass and be like, oh my gosh, I have the flu. Look at all the people going that way. So many ride-ons, holy moly. Apparently, no one goes the way that I'm going. Oh, temporary face paralysis. Yikes. That'd probably scare the crap out of you if you, like, didn't know and you were like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, the one I got the Pfizer vaccine yesterday. Canada is now finally sort of caught back up and is kicking butt with the vaccine. It was super slow rolling out here. Like annoyingly slow. But now that it's been rolled out. It's going pretty fast. Should be getting really close to finishing this route. Oh, look. Oh, really? It's not safe. Great. That's the one that I got. BC. Yeah, with 50% efficiency. The only one that I've heard bad press on is the Astra. For certain, some people have gotten blood clots, but it was like 1 in a million. But of course with the news, it was like, oh my gosh, blood clots. No one get this one, but pretty sure they've proven that it's fine. Got a little bus stop in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, they pretty much did. Like, when I sat down in the chair and the lady's like, today you're getting the Pfizer, I was like, oh, sweet. The Pfizer one. That's great. And then in Hong Kong, they're like, that's the worst one. We'll give this Chinese crappy one way ahead of the... Hey, thanks for following. This one's super low efficient, but still better. Up the hill. Oh, Saskatchewan. So I've actually never been at. I'd definitely like to do a road trip or something back east. Yeah, Bert Skeets, he's in Ontario. Now Dr. Weebles is in Alberta. So how are you finding Saskatchewan compared to Ontario? Yeah, free face. It's for cosplay. We'll give you this and we'll like make your face paralyzed for a short time. It's fun, all the kids want their face paralyzed. So far, this map is pretty kick-ass. You know, like it's relatively flat. What hills that there is that you have to ride up are not really hills, they're over in minutes. This is a good cruising map. I don't know if they have races planned for it, but it's be interesting with these narrow roads. Look at that. Route badge. Right when All right, that's one route down. Let's go to Zwift Hub and mark. Shrike, if you don't know yet, there's a website called Zwift Hub, and it is by far the easiest way of tracking what you've done in Zwift for routes and routes. Chain Chomper, done. I think next on the list is the Countryside Tour. Let's get out of here. Oh, so like the first shot of Pfizer is like ineffective. Yeah, that's... My buddy moved to Manitoba and he bought something like 700 acres and now he has like a goat farm. And he paid like jack squat. The prices here are getting ridiculous. Vancouver Island was still not bad, but we're getting bleed over now from Vancouver. Maybe there was stream lag. All right, Countryside Tour. Alphabetical order, all of the long routes are first. Switch this up here. Oh man, Zwift is the worst. Zwift doesn't have like anything built in that makes things easy. I really enjoy Zwift, and I've been on Zwift for a really long time. But seriously, Zwift was designed by a bunch of people that have never played video games ever. It was like a bunch of cyclists and thought, let's make a cycling game, and they broke all the laws of normal video game design. Like, number one, having to go into the game to like look to change settings and look at all your stuff. I mean, they just finally added the return to main menu after saving a ride. So if you did a ride and then wanted to change routes, the game used to shut off and you had to restart the game to get back into like the route section. So you get more sun, some more wind, but everything else is like cheaper housing. I think since 2016? October, I think my very first Zwift ride was like in October of 2016. Pretty much right after they released it from beta. Well, what's funny is I'm still so far away from max level, and I've been riding. The last 2 years, because of COVID, see, normally I'd only have my Zwift account open during the winter months, and then you'd spend, you know, spring and summer and fall. But with COVID, like normally, I mean, May I'd be outside riding, but I just kept the Zwift account going. It's convenient. And I can jump on my bike, you know, do an hour or two, and I'm not way far away from home. Don't have to worry about mechanicals. And the weather, still not the greatest. Yeah, it's super convenient. Yeah, this bike has been on the trainer since probably October of 2019, and it hasn't been off the trainer. I think I've greased the chain once, but with it not getting dirty,